Okay, so we're going to convert degrees into radians. So we need to remember that very first problem we did at the beginning, 360 degrees is all the way around the circle. That is equivalent. So 360 degrees is equivalent to 2 pi radians. 180 degrees is equivalent to pi radians. Okay, that means pi over 180. I have two things equivalent to each other. That's basically a very fancy 1. Yeah, do we agree that pi over 180 is a very fancy 1? Because they're equivalent. 180 over pi is a very fancy 1. Okay, think chemistry. What you got, what you want. Okay, I have degrees. Do I want degrees? No, I want to cancel degrees. Okay, so you have two choices. Now, if I want to cancel degrees, which fancy 1 do I use? Pi over 180 or 180 over pi? Okay, I know I'm using pi over 180, just like, what is it? Unit analysis, unit dimensional. Anyway, that fancy thing from chemistry. I know I want to cancel. Now look, I cancel my units. Okay, we don't really say it, but you could sometimes they put a little R here because it's radians, but we know it's radians. I don't put the R. Okay, now 205 pi over 180. Now I'm going to use the ABC button. Oh no, it's going to come out improper. Yeah. So I'm going to go 205 ABC 180. I got that little U thing, right? I got a mixed number equals. And then I'm going to go second ABC equals second ABC equals. There we go. So what's the answer? 41, whoa, 41 pi over 36. Yeah, see how important it is to be able to do. Now you could reduce that on your own. 205, you could divide by 5. That's it, just divide by 5. You could divide the top and the bottom by 5 and you'd get the same thing. Okay, so I think we're good. We're going to cancel, we're going to cross off 17. Now, remember that pi over 180 and 180 over pi are very fancy versions of 1. So I want to get rid of radians and end with degrees. If I want to get rid of radians and end with degrees, which one am I going to use? Okay, so we're multiplying by 180 over pi. And what do you notice? Pi cancels. Now this one's easy peasy. You just multiply the top and divide by 6. You can reduce if you want, but you don't even have to. You get 690 degrees because this was degrees. Pi canceled, degrees are left. If there's a negative, just keep the negative. Don't forget the negative. But we're going to cross this one off, but it would be negative degrees. Cotangent. Okay, these are reciprocal trig functions. Cotangent of theta is 1 over tangent theta. So we are going to find tangent and flip it. SOHCAHTOA. Okay, so tangent of theta is, oh no, opposite over adjacent. I don't have the adjacent. What shall I do? Pythagorean theorem. Okay, 2 squared plus, we're going to call that x. X squared equals square root of 13 squared. 4 plus x squared equals, now if I take 13 and I take the square root and I take that answer and I square it, square root and squared are inverse operations. They undo each other. So what comes out? 13. Subtract 4. X squared is equal to 9. Take the square root and squared cancel each other. X equals 3. It's actually 3 or negative 3, but the leg of a triangle cannot be negative. Okay. What do we need to do? Back to here. Okay. Tangent is opposite over adjacent. Find the inverse. Oh, wait, oh my gosh, what am I doing? I'm not finding the inverse. Sorry. Reciprocal. That means cotangent of theta is 3/2. Cotangent is the reciprocal. So we have inverse, right? To find the angle. Cotangent is the reciprocal of tangent. Number 21. Cosecant. Cosecant is the reciprocal. Okay, so let's just remember there's sine, cosine, and tangent. This is cosecant. You would think the cos would go together, but they don't. Now, at one point I looked up where all these came from. Secant comes from geometry. It's that line cutting through like an arrow. But anyway, that's just, it doesn't help to know where they come from. The cos do not go together. So cosecant theta is 1/sine theta. Don't put the cos together. So sine theta is opposite over, oh no, we need the hypotenuse. Pythagorean theorem. 5 squared. This is the hypotenuse. It goes alone. This is a Pythagorean triple. I recognize this one. So we have 25 and we have 144 is 169. Take the square root. X is equal to 13. It's a 5, 12, 13. Not as familiar as a 3, 4, 5. Okay, so sine of theta is opposite over hypotenuse, 5/13. Therefore, cosecant of theta is the reciprocal. It is 13/5. Okay, cross off 22. Demonstrate the clear the denominator method of solving the equation. Okay, let's find the least common denominator. I'm going to do fraction busters, and I want to bust a 3 and a 2. So the least common denominator is 6. So we're going to multiply everything by 6/1. Okay, now we're going to cancel. 6 divided by 3 is 2. And 6 divided by 2 is 3. Okay, this is the hardest part. Now we're going to bring down what's left of the equation. So the 3 is gone. -50, right? Multiply the 2 and the 25 and see how nice it is to work in colors. It kind of helps with this. Okay, equals 3 is gone. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 3 is 15. So negative 50 is equal to 25n. Divide by 25. N equals -2.